Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and over the past one day, both the Bitcoin price and the Ethereum price have been on a pump to the upside. So in just a moment, I'll be sharing my next Bitcoin and Ethereum price targets. And we also have some important levels of resistance that we're running into. So more on that in just a moment. Definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update on what the US stock market did today. And this right here is the Nasdaq 100 index on the daily time frame. And today, in fact, over the past few days, we've seen a lot of green price action. And this short-term bullish price action in the stock market has helped out crypto prices in the short term. And in fact, the Nasdaq 100 index on the daily time frame has a very similar setup in the price action to what we're seeing for Bitcoin. And that's basically a higher low structure that's formed in the price action in the past few weeks, while the market right now is testing that previous high that we set around 1 to 2 weeks ago. And what's very interesting is we saw something very similar happen around 1 month ago, right back here. As you can see, we had a leg to the downside that moved into a W pattern, but in this case, we saw a lower low as the second low. And then what happened is we saw a short-term rally in the stock market, which was basically a bear market rally. And that rally started topping out just above the previous high in the middle of that W pattern. And in terms of the time frame, it started topping out and turning back to the downside again once we got new CPI data come out, which updated the official inflation rate of the US dollar. And last time, around a month ago, CPI came in a lot worse than expected, which heavily contributed to the next dump in the stock market and also a dump in crypto prices. And so far, at the time of recording this video, what is getting priced into the market at the moment is slightly higher inflation coming in this month. And as we get closer to the day that the CPI data gets released, which is on the 13th of July, I'll get more into the specifics of what we should be expecting in terms of the numbers and what would be considered bad or good. But basically, inflation coming in higher than we expect is bad, and we could see a dump if that happens. And then if inflation numbers meet expectations, we might not experience a lot of volatility up until at least the Fed meeting later this month. But on the other hand, if inflation comes in a lot lower than expected, then that would be really good news. And in that case, we could actually experience a decent pump in the stock market and in crypto prices. And now getting into the crypto part of this video, starting off on the daily Bitcoin chart, looking at the Bollinger Bands indicator, we're still technically in this squeeze formation, showing us that we're technically due for an extremely volatile move coming sometime soon, something like what we saw back here during early May, or something like what we saw around a month ago. Because once again, what preceded those volatile moves was a squeeze in the Bollinger Bands indicator. And obviously, if you're a long-term subscriber on this channel, you'll know that this Bollinger Bands indicator has helped predict these volatile moves for years now. But the only thing it doesn't predict by itself is the direction of that volatile move. So unfortunately, it doesn't tell us right now whether that next volatile move will be a bullish move or a bearish move. But considering the fact that this is lining up really well with the CPI data that we're getting released in less than a week from now, once again, it's very likely that those numbers will play a heavy role in the direction of that next major move. But in the meantime, I'll be keeping a close eye on our levels of resistance and support. And to look at those, we have this sideways price range that we've been in for a few weeks now. And obviously, if you've been subscribed to this channel for the past few weeks, you would already know about this because we have an uptrend forming in the daily Bitcoin RSI, very similar to what we saw around a month ago and very similar to what we saw in the first quarter of this year. And as you can see in these previous examples, we saw a lot of choppy sideways price action, which is what we have been experiencing over the past few weeks. And obviously, during these sideways price ranges, the hodlers, the people that are just holding Bitcoin, aren't gaining or losing any money at the moment in this choppy sideways price range. And so because of that, there's a lot of people out there who think a choppy sideways price range is just a boring time in the market where there's no opportunity, but that couldn't be further from the truth. There's actually a lot of opportunity. In fact, some of the best gold mines for trading crypto are within choppy sideways price ranges. And for those of you who watched this video that I posted a little over a week ago, you would already know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who haven't seen this video right here, which is titled Simple Method to Make Money Trading Crypto in a Bear Market, this video quite literally covers a simple yet profitable strategy to make a lot of money in a sideways choppy price range. So seriously, if you haven't watched that video, definitely check it out. It is worth your time, especially considering all of the choppy sideways price ranges that we're seeing at the moment in the current market. Now getting into the short-term Bitcoin chart, this is the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see just here, we still haven't yet broken that 4-hour bullish trend for the Bitcoin price just in the short term. But at the time of recording this video, the Bitcoin price is currently running into this important line of resistance, which is sitting at just beneath 22,000, more specifically at around 21.8k. So that is an important level of resistance to pay attention to, because if the Bitcoin price starts confirming a breakout above 22,000, then seriously, we could start seeing a lot more bullish price action after that. And one of the main reasons behind that is because we have a potential ascending triangle pattern forming, which I'll talk more about in just a moment. But first, just giving you a quick update on the 4-hour Bitcoin price oscillators, which are currently getting overbought if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI. And looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, we're currently seeing a little bit more bullish momentum, obviously because of that pump. But with that being said, looking at the histogram within the MACD indicator, this still hasn't broken above this previous high that we saw a few days ago. So ideally, in order to see a strong bullish trend form in the Bitcoin price, we need to see some more bullish momentum in the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, specifically in the histogram, potentially breaking above that previous high. Because otherwise, we simply have a situation that might be similar to what we saw back here a couple weeks ago, where we saw an initial spike in bullish momentum, and then we saw another push to the upside in the Bitcoin price that actually formed a slightly higher high. But the momentum on that move, if you're looking at the histogram within the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, this was showing a lack in bullish momentum lower than that previous high. And so, of course, that was an indication that we were due for a little bit more of a pullback. So just keep that in mind, especially while the Bitcoin price is still underneath that $22,000 level of resistance as of recording this video. But once again, if we actually confirm a break above 22,000, and more importantly, if we can confirm that as new support, then that would be a very bullish signal for Bitcoin, technically speaking. And in that case, looking at this potential ascending triangle pattern for Bitcoin, which is technically a bullish pattern. And at the time of recording this video, we've seen 2 major touch points along this line of support and 3 major touch points along this horizontal line of resistance. And once again, that line of resistance is coming into play at just underneath 22,000, and this line of support to pay attention to is coming to play at around 19.3k. And now if we confirm a breakout above $22,000 per Bitcoin, that would set up a technical price target for Bitcoin at around 26,500. So from the point of the breakout to that technical price target, if we do confirm a breakout that is, then that would give us a potential 22% move in the Bitcoin price to the upside, which would be that volatile move we're looking at for on the daily chart in terms of those Bollinger Bands. But once again, that price target right now, as of recording this video, is currently not confirmed. We first need to see a strong breakout above this previous high. And now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is the 12-hour Ethereum chart, and you can see here that we have a very similar pattern going on, of course, an ascending triangle pattern. But in the case of Ethereum, as of recording this video, we've still only seen 2 touch points along this horizontal line of resistance and 2 main touch points along this line of support. And by the way, this line of support is coming to play at almost 1.1k, and this line of resistance is coming into play at around 1270 to 1280. And if the price of Ethereum confirms a break above that previous high at around 1280 approximately, basically 1.3k, if we break above that level with confirmation, then that would set up a technical price target for Ethereum at around 1,800 approximately, which from the point of the breakout to that technical price target would be around a 43% gain. But once again, that price target as of right now is not technically confirmed. We first need to see a strong breakout above this previous high, and also ideally we need to see some good inflation numbers coming in around a week from now, or just under a week from now. And when you zoom into the shorter term, taking a look at the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum, we have the 4-hour Ethereum RSI currently overbought, which is technically more of a bearish indication in the immediate short term rather than a bullish indication, because overbought obviously means that the price in the short term has gone up too much too fast, and that overbought indication usually means we're due to see a little bit of a cool off so the RSI can resume more towards neutral levels, whether that means a short-term pullback or some choppy sideways price action. Either way, that will reduce the RSI back down towards neutral levels. And this is also happening as the price action is getting close to that level of resistance that I just mentioned at around 1270 to 1280, so just keep that in mind. And I would also be paying attention to the 4-hour Ethereum MACD, because right now, yes, we're seeing a slight uptick in bullish momentum looking in the histogram, but as of recording this video, this is not currently higher than that previous high that we saw a few days ago, which once again is somewhat similar to what we saw a few weeks ago back here with lower highs in the MACD histogram, which at that time was showing a reduction in that bullish momentum in the short term, telling us that we're due for a little bit more of a short-term pullback. So if the histogram within the 4-hour Ethereum MACD indicator does not break above that previous high, and instead if we start putting in some lower highs, then that is just another indication telling us that we're potentially losing some of that bullish steam. And if you want to maximize your profits in crypto, whether or not the price is going up, down, or chopping around sideways, check out one of these videos popping up right here on your screen. In the top left is a video that shows you how you can make money if the price is going up or down, and in the bottom left is that video I talked about earlier showing you how to make money in choppy sideways price ranges. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.